Our viewers like a warning, like, you know, this next video you're about to see is disturbing.
Put the kids in another room?
Yes. Yeah. Wow. People in Gardena are furious tonight about a certain group of nearby residents.
That's because half a dozen paroled sex offenders are calling the neighborhood their home. Christina Gonzalez and the street.
That brings us to our email question.
It does.
Now, we just watched Jane Yamamoto fly through the air with the greatest of ease.
Whether it's a trapeze, a bungee cord, or parasail, or even a hang glider, people are pushing themselves to the limit if they have the gun.
I can answer that question for you.
Well, let's see if you're right later on.
All right. There are thousands of reasons not to use
Stamp this.
Okay. This one comes from our ever-growing file on dumb criminals.
9 times.
Me. Here's a man who has real roots in his community.
If you want to see more of Jack, he has his own MySpace page.
We're going to have to, because we didn't really get to hear him play. We need to hear a little more music.
A little of him play. You'll also find samples of his music, concert footage, and photos of Jack with his real-life guitar idols. And yes, he likes to play the video game Guitar Hero.
Have you ever played Guitar Hero?
I have not.
Oh, so much
I'm an
fun.
air drums guy.
I don't want to even say your last name or where you're from because I'm afraid your mother-in-law might be watching.
Okay, this guy says, I've always wanted to ask Lauren Sanchez to run away with me, but I don't have the courage to ask her, you know? But you know what? Born Poor, that's his name.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even try.
Yeah, don't bother.
Send an email.
I wouldn't even.
It always works. By the way, I don't answer phone calls.
And make sure you fill out a credit app first.
Yeah, rude.
What did I say?
She's
Did I say
already
that out
married.
loud?
That's what I meant.
But do, it's a good thing.
Asib in Torrance says he'd like to punch Chuck.
Out there.
Do it.
$67.
And you, would you like to have dated a poor guy at one point? See, because that would be.
Why do I get
that would
By the
be
way,
an adventure for her.
you act like I haven't.
Have you?
A couple of your coworkers.
Sorry. Okay. How about this one? I always wanted to do, but
who wouldn't listen to that little girl? She was just adorable. That brings us to tonight's email question. Now, we've just seen an example of someone making penance for something bad they've done.
But all of us scoof up sooner or later, and oftentimes we feel. A panel of gang intervention workers gathering tonight to talk about the work being done to prevent violence on L.A. streets. And with cocktail sauce.
Yeah, we'd have to be really deep fried, right? That's a
Very
lot of Crisco for that puppy.
The reason for deep frying is so I don't recognize it.
It tastes like chicken.
Oh, don't forget to send in the...
Stamp this.
People don't understand that when they record bad things will happen to you. Anyway, they were just trying to help their teammate get a date to the prom.
I wasn't mad.
Bottoms up. Well, she was pinned by her husband, but they weren't wrestling. Neighbors saw. I'm Lauren Sanchez.
I'm Rick Garcia. Pregnant teenager gives birth suddenly in her shower.
She then races to the hospital on foot with the umbilical cord still attached. News. The May Day activities also included dozens of students from Emmanuel Arts High School walking out of class. News. The May Day activities also included dozens of students from Emmanuel Arts High School walking out of class.
Watch.
2 dogs, including a pit bull, have been quarantined following a vicious attack on 2 men and another dog.
It happened in the College Park subdivision of Buena Park. Watch.
2 dogs, including a pit bull, have been quarantined following a vicious attack on 2 men and another dog.
It happened in the College Park subdivision of Buena Park.
Okay, before we roll this tape, listen to me closely. Nobody got hurt. You heard me. Nobody. Oh, baby. Is that crazy? Is that hard to watch? Could you imagine throwing your kid off?
No.
I mean, isn't it? It's hard to watch.
Kind of disturbing, I think.
Oh, yeah. It has. It's like bungee jumping for babies. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay, speaking of very strange and ancient rituals, be in that relationship.
This one's from Peter. It says, I would like to wiretap Lauren Sanchez to know what she likes. You don't have to do that. We could ask her. Lauren?
I like Rick Garcia and Maria Corban.
Lou from San Pedro says Michael Hatcher, the world's top treasure hunter who has just discovered a buried ship in Indonesia with $8 billion worth of gold on a sunken treasure ship. Wiretapping his satellite phone would give me a leg up.
I would wiretap Michael Jackson. You know why.
Really? Okay. This one's from Tommy in Westwood. I'd like to wiretap your big boss, Rupert Murdoch, just to see what is the latest and greatest in media purchases before they are made. That's kind of interesting.
Oh, I got a good one.
Go ahead.
I would wiretap your newsroom so I could hear what really goes on during the commercial breaks. Trust me, everyone would like to know.
You would like to absolutely enjoy that. We may put that out on DVD soon and start selling it.
No, because we'd be in trouble.
All right.
Rick.
I would most like to wiretap God. That's from Dan.